My bag is full.
Hello and welcome back, Malo here, and today we're playing the Diablo 3 Necromancer beta. In the last episode, we tried Tragul's set, and I gotta say I wasn't a huge fan. I'm sure there's a better way to make it work, but the way that I had it set up wasn't great. But you did see there at the beginning of this episode, in that little cut scene there, while I was doing a rift, I did find a whole bunch of treasure goblins. I guess it's just something that can happen every once in a while, or like probably 20 or 30 all kind of packed together, and I killed as many as I could, but you know, obviously I wasn't going to be able to get them all. Too much chaos going on. But since then I have bought, since one of the things was a blood thief, thankfully, I have bought a couple more things. I bought the gyro and arms and the bones of Rathma, and I'll go ahead and show you what those do, and then show you the skill, runes, and cube abilities that I'm going to be using with it, for now at least. So, the Gyroan set, the Gyroan arms, makes Army of the Dead gain the effect of the unconventional warfare rune, which basically makes extra enemies extra ghosts come out and attack random enemies and do a whole bunch of extra damage. And so I also got the Blighted Grasp, which allows poison damage. So I have both of those going on now with Army of the Dead. And then the Bones of Rathma. First of all, my minions have a chance to reduce cooldown of Army of the Dead by 1 second each time they deal damage, which is pretty awesome. And then second of all, I gain 1% damage reduction for 5 seconds each time one of my minions deal damage. So I'll hopefully have pretty much 50% damage reduction at all times. Actually, probably won't be 50% because that's 5 seconds, but I should have decently high damage reduction all the time because of that. And then each active skeletal mage increases the damage of my minions and Army of the Dead by 200%. So that's pretty cool. And so I do have skeleton mages that I'll be casting, and I'll be using bone spikes to gain essence, just because I can also stun enemies, which is nice. And actually, since I can stun enemies, I'm gonna check something out in just a second. But I'll show you that here once I look at the Kanai's cube. But the rings and amulet that I'm using are the Circle of Nailuj, which allows me to raise an additional skeleton mage, and they last an additional 3 seconds, so that's really good for the skeletal mages. And then this I haven't changed, it just reduces the damage for each percentage of life I have missing. And then when I activate Land of the Dead, which is this one, I mesmerize nearby enemies with my skill, causing them to jump uncontrollably for 7 seconds, which is interesting. I found this amulet, actually, during that Rift run. And what Land of the Dead does is it allows me to use all corpse skills at will for the duration. Now, I only actually have one corpse skill, but that's still a really good corpse skill because it's Revive. So I should be able to just use that at will during the duration. I haven't actually tried it yet. In fact, let's try it now. Let's just make sure it works. So if I use this, and then I use this, yes, nice. So I can just get all the revived enemies. Apparently I can only have 10 at a time, though, so that's the thing. So I can just use Revive. So yeah, maybe Land of the Dead would be better if I also had another corpse skill, but I kind of feel like all the skills that I currently have are necessary, so I'll think about that a little more. I'll try this out and see what happens. But in any case, I guess Land of the Dead now also scares enemies. So it's got 2 uses now for me. It allows me to revive creatures when I'm, say, at a boss when there are no corpses around, and it scares enemies around me away. So that's cool. And then I also have command skeletons, as I did before. Did I not give that a rune? I don't know if I didn't give that a rune. Oops. Let's see, what do I want to do? So it does cost essence to use command skeletons, but... Or, I mean, to at least command them with the active ability. I like Dark Mending, I think. There we go. And Skeletal Mage, I also didn't pick one. How smart of me. don't want this one. I think this one's probably the best. An aura of decay. Yeah, I think the skeleton archer's the best for me. Cool, cool. And then I also have, as I said, bone spikes with the stun rune and skeletal mage, which I now just showed you the rune that I'm using with that. So that's good. And then in terms of the passives, increased duration of skeletal mage and revive minions by 25%, which is nice. Rathma's shield, I cannot lose life for 4 seconds after using Land of the Dead, Army of Dead, or Simulacrum. And so there's another good reason to use to have Land of the Dead. So that also makes me immune to damage for 4 seconds, which is very nice. Still have Final Service, that's no different, but now actually I should recover quite a bit with all my pets. And then I heal 10% of my life on hit when one of my enemies hits an enemy, which is pretty good because I have 23,000. So that's, not huge, but actually, because of that skill, I'm going to swap out. I'm going to go ahead and create a what is this called? An amethyst for life on hit. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to need. How many of these do I have? I have 12, and I'm going to need 27. So I want another 15 of these, right? No, sorry. I have 12 of these, and so I want another 15 of them. That's what I'm trying to say. 1 5. No. 1 5. There we go. So if I create another 15 of those, then I should be able to create 9 of these guys. Perfect. And then I should be able to create 3 of the next. And 1 of the maximum upgrade. Perfect. So now, let's go ahead and remove that. I'll do less damage. But I will have more life on hit. Cool. So now my life on hit is 51,000. I almost doubled my life on hit. So every time one of my pets deals damage, I will heal for, I think it's at 10%, so that's 5,000, 5,000 life, which I have 551,000, so that's 1% of my life. So that's pretty good. So that's great. And then I have these as my Conized cubes. The damage bonus of command skeletons increases by 30% every second while active, so that'll just help with that ability. And then I still have this. Actually, I didn't show you, but I changed this over to St. Archu's Gauge, which allows me to get an absorb shield every time I run into an elite pack, which is going to be nice. And then this summons a fallen lunatic to my side every 10 seconds, so more pets, more damage from pets, which is nice. But where was it? Actually, it might have been in here. Let's see if I can find it. No, it wasn't here. Was it? It must have been here. So this was another one that I considered doing. After earning a massacre bonus, 6 skeletons are summoned to fight by my side for 10 seconds. That's pretty good, except it requires the massacre bonus. This just summons a fallen lunatic anyway, regardless. But there was one thing that summoned guys who summoned guys whenever I stunned. I think it was a weapon, if I remember correctly. Let's see. No, maybe it was armor. Maybe I missed it. It would be good if it was armor because this is a good skill to have, but it'd be better if I could get more pets, I think. Because this, in case you can't tell, is the pet guild, or the pet build. Why can't I find it now? Aha, there it is. Summon shadow clones to your aid when you stun an enemy. This effect may occur once every 30 seconds. Those shadow clones are pretty good. But so are the fallen lunatics. I'm gonna stick with the fallen lunatics for now. I think that will be a little bit. I'll be a little bit better off for that. So yeah, this is gonna be the skill set that I'm gonna try out. Obviously, again, as usual, I'm gonna have to get used to it because I have not tried this skill set yet. So I'm gonna want to remember 3 is my sort of major damage dealer, and I can that. It'll have a pretty fast cooldown if, as my pets deal damage. I want to be getting skeletal mages up as much as possible and using bone spikes to get my essence back. This will be sort of a all-around skill. It'll be tough for me to remember exactly when I should be using Land of the Dead. And then I don't know if I'm ever actually going to use command skeletons as an active skill, even though one of my things, this one. No. Well, anyway, one of my things made that active skill do more damage. So, yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and try a Greater Rift. I'm still on Torment 3. I have not changed that. I have a lot less life now than I used to. Quite a bit less damage. My toughness is similar. My recovery is higher. Actually, my toughness is a lot lower. Not similar, because I have a lot less life. But we'll go ahead and try this anyway. Torment level 3 Greater Rift. And see what happens. Alright. So let's start by just trying that. How quickly it recovers here. Oh yeah, and I should be casting some skeletal mages. And I cast 2 per, which is very nice. Oh yeah, I should also be reviving. There we go. So far, I'm liking this build, and I've just begun. Oh, I better get out of there. Wow. I think I do a lot of damage. I think Essence is going to be the biggest problem for me, actually. Yeah, I'm not having any problems at all just yet. Obviously, I haven't fought any, I even got... Wait, do I have Shadow? I shouldn't have Shadow. Oh, I have Revived creatures. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I haven't fought many of these guys yet. Many elite packs or what have you. But I don't seem to have any problems with them either. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Yeah, I'm really liking this build. I've always liked pet builds. I didn't try it at first because I wanted to try other things and make sure, you know. I didn't want to try the one I thought I would like the most first because that might spoil the other ones for me, and indeed I think it would have. As you can see, I'm filling up that purple bar pretty efficiently. I haven't even really had to use the 3 or 4 keys. I'm sure I could do a much higher torment if I was using those as well. Let's go ahead and use one anyway. Let's use this. And I still have my shoulder armor on, so I still get that, and pretty much immediately killed all the enemies. Both elite packs there. Actually, I think the fallen lunatics may be playing a pretty big role too, because I remember now those guys are a little bit OP. Go. I got 10 skeletal mages up. That's good. Better get some essence again. Look at all my pets. So I have a lot less damage and a lot less life, and yet I'm killing things a lot faster. That's why pets are nice. Oops. Try to use revive on enemies that don't exist. And use that there and pretty much kill them immediately. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much pinging the 50, because when my minions hit an enemy, they seem to refresh the counter, the stacks. So I'm pretty much pinging 50 stacks at almost all times, which is great because, because I don't have to worry. I take half the damage. Jeez, I've already got the Rift Guardian. Go ahead and use this, that again, and you're dead. Wow. Okay. I got a Wreath of Lightning, which is actually a really good legendary gem. But oh yeah, I should have mentioned I have the Enforcer now, which increases the damage of my pets, which is pretty nice. I still have Moratorium and Molten Wildebeest Gizzard. But I'm definitely going to improve my pet gem here, the Enforcer. Looks like that. So let's go ahead and improve it 3 times, or 5 times I should say. If we can, at least. There we go, now my pets do an additional 16.5% damage, which is pretty nice. And that's it for the Rift. I'm gonna have to try a much higher difficulty there. Now, what did I get for my? Oops. What did I get for my? Where is it? I thought I got an achievement. Oh no! It was just telling me about my new record on my solo Necromancer leaderboard. Okay, I understand that. I was just being an idiot as usual. All right, let's go ahead and put these things away, and I'm gonna try Rift on a much higher difficulty level. Maybe I'll try Torment 5 next, since I had 0 problems with that. Oh, I should close this Rift here. There we go. And I'll try another Greater Rift. Torment 5, and we'll leave it an Empowered Rift because I still have plenty of money, and I'm almost at enough blood shards to try the next thing, although I'll probably just get something like the two-handed scythe or something. I don't know, maybe not the two-handed scythe. I'll decide what to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and start this going by summoning some skeletal mages and reviving some minions. go. Let's go ahead and just use our Army of the Dead for now. It should be fun. And Land of the Dead, also for fun. I do not feel threatened at the moment. My pets are just too OP. That's right, DK and Rock. Another guy. And that was easy. I do love the ring, I think, that allows me to cast two skeletal mages at the same time. That's very, very useful. And you're dead. Is that a shield pylon? Is that what that was? No, it was a might pylon. Oh, okay. That's this one, the one that shocks everything. Very nice. Yeah, Torment 5 is also nothing. Yeah, I know. Necromancer's a pet build. I should have tried the pets a long time ago. And I knew I would enjoy them. I just didn't know I'd enjoy them this much. It's funny because I was reading the forums, and this was before the updates, and they've made a lot of good changes to pets with the updates. But before the updates, at least, people were definitely complaining, saying pets weren't really a viable Necromancer build. But I kind of feel like they might be now. That's just a little bit of a guess, but obviously I'm not anywhere near high enough in terms of Torment or Rift difficulty to really say that for sure, because, you know, people who are serious Diablo 3 players, and I'm not one of those people, but people who are get much, much higher than where I am right now in the Rift difficulty. So I guess I can't say that for those people pets are going to be, you know, powerful, but I suspect that they will be if they're this powerful for me. There we go. Using revive on nothing, that's fun. And you're dead, sir. Next floor. Again, trying to use revive on nothing is not very helpful unless I'm using Land of the Dead, which I'm not. I always get Army of the Dead and Land of the Dead mixed up. And by always, I mean since I've started using them. Let's go ahead and use Army of the Dead one more time before the Greater Rift, or before the Rift Guardian. And then I should have it all set back up by the time I fight the Rift Guardian, because of the cooldown reduction. Maybe I should change my Paragon skills back to have the cooldown reduction again for this particular build. That seems worthwhile with Army of the Dead and Land of the Dead. Take such long cooldowns. It does seem like the revive skill has a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a buggy visualization at the top there, because sometimes it shows 0 or it doesn't show anything when I'm pretty sure I have revived guys out. And yeah, so I think that might not quite be 100%, but I'm not too concerned about it. Let's go ahead and use Land of the Dead, just for funsies. Basically summons a graveyard to me, which is an interesting way of doing it. And on to the next place, where I should fight the Rift Guardian. See, when I don't have a full 10, okay, there it just pops up as 5. Maybe it just takes a second to actually pop up. And you're dead. Alright. Again, I'm using Revive when I can't actually use Revive. I keep hitting it instead of the Skeleton Mages, which is what I'm trying to use first. There we go. There's the Rift Guardian. And you're dead. Okay. Well, I got the Bane of the Trap and a sword. Don't want to talk to you just yet. There we go. Bane of the Trapped, increased damage against enemies under the effects of control. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Just making sure this isn't a Necromancer specific sword. Yeah, lightning damage. Yeah, I know this one. So, not that concerned about that one, but we will go ahead and increase our Enforcer. So, 16.5 at the beginning. And 18 at the end. So once it gets to rank 25, then my pets also take 90% less damage, which is pretty good. But yeah, that's actually going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, well, let's see what I got in terms of blood shards. Yeah, in the next episode, I'll decide to buy something from Miem here. I don't know what yet, but I think I will continue playing this build at least for a little while yet. So in the meantime, thanks for watching and have a great day.